This is the Rugged Liner Premium Vinyl Tonneau cover. I may have mispronounced that, but I'll spell it correctly in the video description. This particular one, it says it's good for year 2007 to 2011 Chevy or GMC 6.5 foot bed without utility track, new body style. Now in my case, I've got a 2012 Chevy Silverado with a 6.5 foot bed, so it apparently will fit that as well. It's not notated on the packaging. So I'm going to open it up, and then we're going to begin the installation. I didn't have a knife handy, so I did have a saw, which I thought was pretty neat. And it's going to open this very properly here. Okay, so the box is open. Bam, there we go. And this is very nicely organized here. The instructions are on top. And no hablo español. It's Spanish. Let's see if I've got English in here. I've got a warranty. Well, this one only has Spanish on it, so surely they've got English in here. Let's check. I don't think they do, but the good news is I've got backup, I've got my smartphone, and I have access to the internet. They do have an installation guide on the Rugged Liner website. It's in PDF format, so you could print it out, or you could just look at it on your phone. So we're going to pull it up. It's ruggedliner.com. And then I'm going to products. This is the Rugged Cover Vinyl Folding. And it's referred to as Premium Vinyl Folding Tonneau cover. And when you're on that page, there's a link that says installation instructions towards the bottom right. Go into that. Okay, now this is in English. And as you can see, it's exactly this. This is all Spanish. But what I'm looking at on their website is all English. So step one is to place on front of truck bed. So we're going to go around to the rear of the vehicle here and do this. To this, and this is exactly how it came out of the box. I've got this side with the orange strap and this little doohickey here, and then on the other side, as you can see, you've just got this. So this is obviously not the part that goes against the bed of the pickup. So this part is. So I'm going to put this part with the padding against the back of the bed. Now I'm being careful here because I don't want to scratch anything. I want to make sure that's not dragging before I slide it out. Okay, so this is up here. So this is step one of the procedure that they gave me. So I've got that up there. Now I'm going to pull my English instructions back out. Step two is to secure the front clamps, trucks with utility track. This is a little bit confusing, but it's able to be figured out. So I'm on step 2 of this procedure. And this is the one from the website that's in English. Secure front clamps, trucks with utility, track, see step 9. Oh, it's saying if you have a utility track, then you go to step 9. I couldn't understand. So I don't think I have that. So then step 3 is attach safety tether on both sides. Okay, so there's this orange strap, and then there's this black one. The black one I'm putting under the side of the bed. Okay, so that makes sense. And it just goes in there, and then you can screw it clockwise and it'll tighten up. So that part makes sense. What I don't understand yet is this orange strap. So that's something we'll have to get to. Before I make this too tight, I want to make sure everything is properly aligned up here. Okay, because now I've got it against the bed, and this is important, against the cab rather, and this is important because one of the primary purposes for using a cover like this is to have dry storage. If you're taking your golf clubs somewhere, or if you're traveling, you got suitcases back here, you know, you want to keep things dry. So, okay, so this is snug against the cab. I want to make sure I've got it equally to one side and the other. I don't think I do yet. I'll just have to call them back, whoever that is. And keep in mind these things with the little hooks will slide left and right. So they can be positioned however. So I think with that being the case, I think that I have I don't think I have this balanced out exactly right, because if I look at the back, this is more over this way than it is over this way. So I think I'm going to drag it. And this is I wish it was marked somehow, because it's not easy to visualize where it should go. But since I have these aftermarket bed rails on here, there's 3 ridges. So what I'm looking at on this side, I've got the outside of this vinyl cover on the outside of the outermost ridge. And on this other side, it's exactly the same. So now what I need to do is crawl back under, since I've got it positioned correctly on both sides, and adjust those black things that screw in and actually attach to hold it in place. And I'm not going to get it too tight to begin with, because I may have to adjust it. But this will make sense when you're under here and you're turning these things, because they clamp on to the bottom of the bed rail. This is easy once you figure it out. It's just getting, when you first unbox this, it's a little bit overwhelming, but it's really simple once you get in here and see it all. So I'm turning those black knobs. I'm not going to get them too tight yet. Okay, so that was step number 3, or number, yeah, 3. No. The front clamps. Okay, that was actually step 2. Step 3 is attach safety tether strap on both sides. I'm not really understanding how that works. I know what the safety tether is. It's this orange piece. I'm trying to figure this out and then I'll explain it for everyone. It's got a screw on it, and this is the thing with the orange strap. And it's coming out here. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it folds out, and then okay, so it just folds out and then it tightens on there. That makes sense. So remember that this orange, what they're referring to as a safety tether, is in a closed position by default. So you've got to open it before you're able to attach it. And now you can see here, we're going to put this in under here. You can see that orange strap. That's the safety tether one, so that's what I unscrewed and then put on here. And in front of it was the one I did first, the black knobby thing. We're going to do the same thing to the other side now. See, I'm unscrewing this safety tether thing because it was in a closed position. And then I'm putting that on there, tightening it down, the thing with the orange strap again. It's good and secure. Now I'm not going to tighten these up too much. Actually, I am now because I've gotten both of those positioned. You don't want to go too tight to where you warp the underside of your bed rail, but you want it tight enough to where this isn't going to fly off. Obviously, when you're going down the highway at 65 miles per hour, there's a considerable amount of wind. And that's another reason I'm installing this, because these actually improve gas mileage. So it's a good thing to have, you know. So I've got that good and tight, not too tight. I do the same over here. Now you can tell this is actually secure, whereas when it was just sitting up here earlier, it really wasn't that secure. See, I'm not going to push on it too hard, but I can push on it. I can try to slide it, it won't jiggle around. So that part's looking good. Now the next step, let's see what we do next. We do, it says undo both clips so cover can be unfolded. And these clips are up here. You can see they're right up here by the cab. There's one here. We're going to do it, and then there's another one on the other side. We're going to do it. Unfold the first section. Okay, that's neat. It worked. And then unfold the second section. Piece of cardboard in there, I'm going to take that out. There's another piece of cardboard, and that's good packing, a good packing job, because that protects the vinyl when it's shipping from rubbing against itself and damaging it, so that's a good job. So I'm going to step out of this. I'm going to unfold this. I think I've got something hung here. Okay, so it's folded down, and this, as you can see, it's kind of up a little bit, and that's just because it's been packed, and it's kind of like everything else, it has to settle a little bit. But I want to make sure I've got everything here. So So I've unfolded the second section, and it says secure rear clamp for a tight fit. So I guess I'm going to have to open up this tailgate. And you can see here there's a clamp right here. This is what they're referring to as a rear clamp. So that's on there. And that's why I was jumping up earlier, because that clamp wasn't engaged. So that was normal. And then this one right here, just get it under there and pull it. Now these rear ones, unlike the front ones, have a clamp, and the reason they do is that unless you're completely taking the cover off, you wouldn't have a need to undo the safety strap and the other strap. You would only take that off if you were completely taking the cover off. But now it's clamped down, so let's close the tailgate and see how this looks. I think I need to, that one right there, I don't think I clamped down far enough. And this isn't a problem, it's just getting everything adjusted properly. So I've got that there. Got that there. Just want to double check my alignment to make sure I had everything straight. And I do. So there's the installation of the rugged liner. This is the premium vinyl version for a 2012 Chevy Silverado extended cab. Not the biggest cab, it's the size down. And this is the 6.5 foot bed. Installation was a snap. Took a little while to figure out. So you might want to have the internet how-to already printed out from ruggedliner.com in case you get the Spanish only. Now I did double check the box, and all that I got was the Spanish instructions. Not that that's a problem, but just something to be aware of in case you don't speak fluent Spanish. But it was a snap to install. I could do another one of these without having to reference the instructions at all. Thanks for tuning in, and I've got a playlist link within the video description for all of my rugged liner accessory videos. I'm planning to add some more. And have a good one.